It's literally just like an Xbox that has Project Scorpio written on it.
Yep, it's like the day one edition.
It's the Xbox One X Codename Edition. That's basically
just
what
checking.
it is. It's the Codename Edition. That's ridiculous.
I am recording.
I have thoughts on that.
I mean, you can get a project. You can get a Scorpio now. You're set.
You could literally get a Scorpio now.
Yes, you can do that, I guess.
Complete my life with the Scorpio.
No thanks. I have a Switch.
When you hit the eject button, scorpions pop out.
I guess I don't need this one about
they should have just called
leaking in the trailer now.
No, yeah.
The Xbox Scorpio would have been a sexier name.
They were just trying to cash in on the fact that they came up with a dumb name for their console, and people preferred Scorpio. So they're like, "Oh, this has Scorpio on it, so you guys are gonna buy it." Then they're gonna buy it. People are gonna buy it in droves.
Yep.
Oh, gosh.
I want to meet the people who are gonna buy it. Wondering, like, what makes them want to.
Just what's going on in your brain? And that's what I want.
I legitimately think it's a brand. We'll get into it later, but I legitimately think it's a branding thing because, like, people heard, Project Scorpio, and then they got the Xbox One X name. So it's like people that just said, "Oh, I want a Project Scorpio," like they can get that and not realize they're still getting an Xbox One X.
Wow, bamboozled.
Just like people thought the Wii U was an attachment to the Wii.
Schmickenwaffel. Schmickenwaffel. That's not a word.
Are you guys recording?
I am recording.
Yep.
Okay. Let me just post it in the Patreon real quick. Live stream, continue.
Getting more background noise than usual.
My bad.
Episode 32.
And now my eyes just got really heavy all of a sudden. No!
And we have the self-proclaimed marvelous one, Ben.
Look, I had a panic attack at work, so it's like I think I'm hitting my low at this point now.
Those things are exhausting, dude.
Don't hit low.
Yeah, don't.
No, I can never hit low.
He hits back.
I'll give you 3 warnings first.
Oh, that's fair.
Gonna hit you. Gonna hit you back. I'm warning you. Gonna do it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Shard Shot Gamescast. Each and every week, best friends gather around talking about the news in gaming. Today, I have with me my trusty right-hand man, Justin.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there.
Moving on over to Low.
This podcast is recommended by 3 out of 4 Big Black Genos. Oh, yeah, baby.
The callbacks. And we also have the self-proclaimed marvelous one, Ben.
No crying over Sonic this week.
No soliloquies? No monologues?
No soliloquies.
Only crying over spilt hurricanes.
Yeah. Real talk, though. If you are in the South Texas area, at the time of this recording, the Hurricane Harvey has hit the Gulf Coast of Texas. And I just want to say I hope everybody's safe. Hope you're all safe. It's heading my area. Like, it's going to be a Category 1 by the time it hits me, which is not great. But, like, I'm ready to fight a hurricane. I tried to fight. These guys said I tried to fight a hurricane. I lost.
But
It's all along the coast, apparently. I've heard people in Florida saying, like, seek shelter. It's like Category 4 over there, I think.
It's upgraded to a Category 4 now, so I don't even know if it's going to be weakened to a Category 1. It might be more. I might not go to work because if it's that bad. Like, I ain't going out there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, fuck this.
One nice thing about being in the middle of the country is I don't have to worry about that stuff. We just get tornadoes, which are, I guess they're better. I don't know.
Yeah. No.
It depends, I guess.
Yeah.
But for real, thoughts and prayers to all the people in South Texas and anybody else affected in the Central Texas area, East Texas. Just be safe, be smart.
Vigilant.
Be vigilant, yeah. Don't punch hurricanes in the dicks because hurricanes do not have dicks. I learned that the hard way.
I think the closest thing that we have is like tornadoes, but that's up in like trailer park country. There's
you get blizzards.
Yeah, but blizzard, you can just walk through a blizzard.
Oh,
excuse me.
It's a blizzard for everybody else. It's just
I get chilly when it gets like into the 30s. I don't know if I can handle with that much snow and it being negative degree temperatures.
I go to Dairy Queen and grab a blizzard and walk through the blizzard with my blizzard.
You're one of those people. You're one of those people who eats ice cream in the cold. Ice cream is not meant to be eaten cold. It's hot chocolate.
No, he would walk to Dairy Queen to get a Blizzard, walk back home, then walk back to the Dairy Queen to complain that the Blizzard is not cold enough.
Yeah, it's not
No,
cold
they
enough.
didn't flip it upside down. Thomas would sit down and he didn't flip it upside down.
They're supposed to do that every time.
I've actually,
Yeah, and if
I've actually said to the person, like, why didn't you flip that upside down?
Wow.
It's part of the
I
gimmick.
just-
You have to
whatever.
live the gimmick, live the life.
Oh, well.
I don't understand these references.
You've never had Dairy Queen? You live in the Midwest.
I mean, I've had Dairy Queen, but I don't. What are you talking about?
They
Flipping your
flip the
Blizzard
ice cream upside down because they show you it doesn't come out.
Yeah.
Like, that's the cool part.
Oh no, they just bring it to the table and I eat it.
Wow, your Dairy Queen sucks.
You don't get your
I also
Blizzards
don't
to
make
go.
a habit of eating Dairy Queen because it's garbage.
No, it's garbage
there's
food,
that.
but the ice cream is really good though.
Yeah, the ice cream's pretty good.
Because it's actual soft serve.
I prefer Sonic.
The Blizzards are good. We don't have Sonic. This is like the Dairy Queen. Dairy Queen's all we got, man, and we barely even have one of those. It's on the outskirts of town. Like, just throw me a
I have to
bone.
walk 3 miles in the blizzard to get some blizzards.
Exactly.
Okay, because of this, I want everybody who's listening to this in the comments. If you have access to a Dairy Queen, what's your favorite Blizzard?
It's got to be the Reese's peanut butter cups, right?
Mine's is
Not
Butterfinger.
Oreo.
Butterfinger.
I'm gonna have to go with Oreo. I'm
Yeah.
a cookies and cream guy all the way.
Yep.
The peanut butter, the chocolate, the ice cream, it all goes together so well.
No, it's good. It's good. I just like the Oreo more. Is the thing.
Same.
I'm not saying that the Reese's is bad. The
Every
But
Oreo's
time I
Sonic
go
wins.
with something that's not Reese's, I always regret it in the end.
Like you're eating it and it's just, hello, darkness, my old
It's like,
friend.
how did I get score? Like, what's wrong with me?
Score. Those are still around. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Do chocolate bars just like die out? Do they just like stop making them ever? Because I feel like there's like chocolate bars from like way back in the day still.
Chocolate Oreo?
Chocolate bars.
Chocolate bars. Yeah, you could go into a grocery store and buy a chocolate bar.
No, I'm just saying like certain chocolate bars.
Oh,
like, I feel like there's like some that like people have never heard of, but they're still around for some
Have you
reason.
guys ever heard of Mirage?
No.
No?
No,
I mean,
not that one.
I imagine as you get close to it, it disappears. So
they had them at Dollarama here. I don't think I've seen it for a while though. It's just basically like a Mars bar.
oh, okay.
Huh.
It took me like 25 years before I ate a Zero bar. And then I was like, oh my god, this is the best candy bar ever.
And that's when Zero came up with the idea for his YouTube handle.
And I was actually after that because I was like, everyone calls me Zero, but I've never actually eaten a Zero. Yeah.
I don't think we
White
have
chocolate,
Zero
nougat,
bars here.
Peanuts. Oh, so good.
Oh wow.
So I guess we're turning this into a food dessert eating chocolate
Yeah.
podcast.
Yep,
My
that's
apologies.
pretty much this is what this is.
And I don't even
Oh.
eat sugar anymore. But you guys are talking about friggin' candy bars and making me hungry.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know what a Zero bar is. Yeah, I haven't seen one of those.
Yeah,
in
it's like it's an
forever.
old person candy bar, but like it's also super delicious.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I
Never
see them in
had-
the vending machine at work, and I'm like, I could do one. Like one won't hurt me.
It's got 0 calories. It says 0 right there.
Uh huh.
Yep.
Zero nutritional value, more like.
hmm
Yeah, right.
I like a good bounty bar. Like I don't eat those a lot, but I like the coconut in it.
I don't know what that is either. You have weird Canadian candy.
It's just coconut in a chocolate bar. That's all you need to know.
Sounds gross. Like a Mounds, isn't that the?
That's what Mounds
Oh.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like coconut.
You know what I don't like, and I will never like? Heath Bar. I don't understand that.
Nope.
Heath Bar is disgusting. That is by default the worst DQ Blizzard.
So
Welcome to the Charge Shot Candy Hour.
Yay.
So has anyone played video games? Raise your hand if you have.
Nope.
Hashtag me.
All right, I'm gonna start off with Low this week.
Fortnite.
Oh yeah, that's right. You've been putting out a few of those videos on.
That's pretty much
Charge
all I've
Shot.
been playing. It's a fun game. It's a fun game. I've been playing that, and then no, that's it. No, actually, no. I take it back. I actually played a few races in Sonic Racing Transforms. Really cool game. by the way.
So good.
Really good. Really, really good. I love that game.
Need to
Yeah,
play
that's
that
it.
again.
I don't think I've ever played that game with
We
you
ought to.
guys. I've had it for so long, but I've never had anyone to play with.
Yeah, I played with Metal Blade and Zenith a while back, but I haven't played since then. I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
I miss it.
Yeah, we should play it. It's a great party
Yeah.
game for sure.
That's another one where we can invite people to come play with us.
Yeah,
Or-
we got.
Yay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still only 4 people, or is it 8?
I don't know.
I want to say you can do 8 online. I don't remember.
Might be 8. That sounds more accurate.
It's been so long since I played a game. I don't remember how they work.
You press buttons.
Yeah. So that's it, Lo. Just those
Yep.
things.
That's it. I've just been grinding a bunch, just kind of just feeling out the game a little bit because I played it a little bit during the alpha. It was like maybe 6 months before they actually released it into early access with their physical release. I don't know why they did that, but yeah, just playing the game, feeling it out. I guess there's actually in a few days at the end of the month, there's going to be like a new event. It's like a survival mode. And yeah, so I'm gonna check that out. And it's funny because you can do different levels, and the maximum level of days you can survive is 14, which is a fortnight. And yeah, so you can get some pretty cool rewards from it and stuff. So yeah, I'll check that out. And yeah, that's pretty much it though.
All right. Ben, have you finished off the Sonic Mania?
Yeah, I just finished it actually a couple days ago, and it's 10 out of 10, dude. I tweeted it out.
Weep.
Like, no, I'm not gonna weep this time. I used all my soliloquying. Nice touch on the actual music. That was really great from last week's episode. But like I had so much fun. Like the final boss was a little bit of a kind of like, oh come on, I got this. But it was worth it. So I have, and much to surprise, I've immediately started another playthrough as the best Sonic character, Knuckles. Knuckles. Yeah. So I was gonna do Tails. I was like, no, I need to play my boy Knuckles. Best part. Okay, at the time of last week's recording, I didn't know this was a secret. Apparently, there's a secret mode you can unlock in Sonic Mania, and it's called Knuckles mode.
Yeah,
and like
I've heard about that.
Yeah, it's like I didn't know. Like I was watching a completionist video about it because I figured, screw it, I'm running into the game anyway. Spoil it for me. And then when I saw that, I was like, I must unlock it, and it's literally. You can do but the only bad thing is that you can only play it in the non-save feature. So like you have to do it in one run or that's it. So that's a little bit of a downbreak. I don't know why you can't just like do a campaign and save it, but it's whatever.
That's weird.
So like you can do Sonic and Knuckles, you can do Tails and Knuckles, you can do Knuckles and Knuckles. It's like
Can't you do Knuckles and Knuckles?
I don't know if you can do Knuckles and Knuckles. I wish you could do Knuckles and
Pretty
Knuckles.
sure you can. I think I'm pretty sure
I
I
should
saw that.
try that.
It should just allow you to
Try
have
it.
infinite Knuckles.
Oops, all Knuckles.
There you go. You got it.
But basically what I'm doing now
itself.
with Mania is that I went through Sonic Mania with Sonic 1, just kind of going through the levels. Now I'm trying to find each level's chaos ring so you can go get Chaos Emeralds. Eventually, I'm going to get the true ending of the game where I do a complete run of getting all the Chaos Emeralds. But so far in Knuckles' playthrough, I've gotten 3. Would have had 4, but the 4th Chaos stage, special stage, is such a pain in the ass. It's so hard.
It's usually the 4th one. It's usually the 4th one.
But you get
It's
like
like
so many
halfway.
opportunities. Like it's 12 stages.
Okay.
There's 2 rings per act, I think. So you got plenty of time to find them.
Nice.
But I found like maybe at least to me, it was easier to find them with Knuckles because of the climbing and being able to move. But you can get there with Sonic. It just requires more precise platforming. Or Tails can just like, I'm gonna fly over here. I got this.
Tails is
Tails
red
is
that
OP.
way.
Exactly.
Swim too. Sonic can't swim, but Tails can.
Yeah. And then the other thing I played this week actually was Killer Instinct because I needed to play my obligatory fighting game. I don't know why, because I haven't played KI in at least 2 months, but something in me was like, you must play Killer Instinct tonight. I was like, okay, let's just play KI. And the only people playing KI now are either Killer Rank, which is the highest rank you can be, or Gold. And it's like, well, we know how this is going to go.
Oh boy.
And I got bodied a lot, but like towards the end of my session, I got on a small little win streak. And was doing pretty good. And I got to a promotional match to Gold Rank. I was like, oh, here we go. And I don't know if the game glitched out, but like I was fighting this Glacius. I thought it was the same one who had rage quitted on me because he legit got mad because I was beating him because he had perfected me the first round, and then I proceeded to make it the best comeback in the world. But like, I don't know what it was, but needless to say, he dominated me for the first half of the match. I came back. It was pretty close at the end. I made one mistake, and he took half my health bar. It was just like, oh, come on. And he ulted me. And then, so you go from like for promotion and you drop down 300 points. This is like you're still, I'm still silver. I'm still mid-tier silver. But it was just like, I was so close.
So you literally dropped half a rank.
No, like I'm technically like, because like within like each rank, there's like titles. Like I'm like beast or veteran or something like that. So like it's not like I'm out of silver rank. I'm just like upper mid-tier silver. But it was just like, oh, it was so... And this is the second time I had gotten a promotional match for gold. Like, the last one was, like, I think almost a year ago. And I think I was just like, oh, come on. If I would have just made... Like, he caught me. I did the one thing too many times. I jumped way too many times. He knew I was going to do it, and he made me pay for it. So I'll probably... I have the urge to play KI again and get that gold rank status and just say, there we go. I can say I'm gold rank in something and be fine with it. But that was fun. Killer Instinct
reminds me of when I used to play Final Fantasy XI, because in that game you lose experience when you die, and so you can literally like go down levels.
That's
what?
That sounds crazy.
Bullshit.
Like I remember I was like super excited. I just got into like, I don't know, level 11 or something like that, and I got into this hard battle. I was like, I'm more powerful now. It'll be fine. And I died and dropped back down to like halfway through level 10.
That is
like,
such
what the
baloney.
heck? Yeah.
That is such baloney. Oh my!
It's not a good feeling. So I know what you mean.
Yeah, but
losing
KI
is one thing, but
Yeah,
that's dumb. But yeah, KI underrated fighting game, and I'm not salty over it anymore. I was just more like agonizing over my defeat. Like, come on, I just did one thing and I would have been there. One thing. Not that I think I'm good enough to be in gold rank, but it would have been nice to say, hey, I'm gold rank in Killer Instinct. All right. That's okay. I'll get there one day.
We'll see you in Evo.
But that's no, because this might not be there anymore. It wasn't there last year. God,
really?
KI was
I
at
would
Evo
think
this past year. I would have flown out.
I don't think that would be a
gonna-
popular title for Evo.
No, not as much as you think. It doesn't pull the numbers that say, like Street Fighter or Tekken.
It goes
and
by
all the
popularity, I assume, then, right?
popularity or newness. Like what's going to be the new hotness?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Justin. Oh, wait. Ben, are you done?
Yeah, that's it. It's
Okay.
just, I mean, yeah, that was it.
Justin, what have you been up to?
I've been swimming in a sea of Final Fantasy IX scripts all week. Because I mentioned last week that the castles are going to be revealed over the weekend, and that I'd be working on getting scripts and stuff out, so I probably wouldn't get to play anything this week. And I was right. I basically finished those up. I think I sent the last ones out Wednesday night, like at the end of Wednesday night. And so then Thursday we ended up doing Charged Up instead of Wednesday, like we usually do. And so I didn't really have time to do anything that night. And so tonight, a little bit before the podcast, I tried out the Pokken Tournament demo for Switch, because that's out now. And that's cool. Like I think I remember I played it a little bit on the Wii U, like the demo, I think. And it was a pretty similar demo. The playable characters were Pikachu,
Lucio?
Oh yeah, I played
Empoleon,
that too.
and Charizard. Which I think
Mario?
Empoleon's a new character. I don't remember.
Empoleon is a new character. He was a character that was released in arcades, but the Wii U version never got that update.
Okay, then yeah. He's the new one, because Pikachu and Charizard were in the original game. But yeah, I played as all three of those that were in the demo, and they all played really well. I don't quite understand how the game works. Like I would do some cool like move combos and stuff, and then it would shift the phase, which I understood, but I didn't really know. Like I would literally do like just one hit. Like the first time I'd contact with the opponent, it would shift, and then the first time I'd contact again, it would shift back, and I'm like, I don't know what's making it shift. Like, is it certain moves I'm using, or like is it just the way it hits, or it seemed random, even though I know it's not. And I mean, of course, it was just like kind of little CPU training matches or whatever, but it also seemed surprisingly easy. Like I could just kind of like you could kind of go in your 3D mode, just dash around and then like do a charge attack inward that just kind of like dashes you in and hits, and then it shifts to the kind of 2D phase where it's more like a traditional fighter, and you just kind of go in and like mash like crazy into them. Use a super attack that takes out like a quarter of their health, and then like they're kind of dazed, so you just go in there and do a few more hits and they're dead. Like it didn't seem that hard to me, but I was also just kind of button mashing, and that tends to be the best way to win at fighting games.
Yep.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Totally.
I know it's not. But like anytime I know how to play a game and then like I play someone for the first time, they always win.
I'm gonna have to body you now. I'm gonna have to body you when we play poker. Because if you get it, I don't think you're gonna get it. But if you do, Justin, I'm gonna have to put you in the corner and body you.
I probably won't. Like I said, I was gonna get it on Wii U, and then I didn't because I figured there'd be no one to play with. And then now, like this is kind of the definitive version, so I'm like maybe I'll get it this time.
Yeah.
But I still probably won't, at least at launch, because there's so much stuff coming out already.
Mhm.
Same here.
But I might check it out eventually, like when it goes cheaper. But it is cool, and I definitely recommend checking out the demo because it's free, and you have you have 15 matches, which is kind of a weird restriction.
They did that. Nintendo did that with their 3DS demos for some stupid reason. But it's like you'll get more than enough. Like by the time the game comes out in a month, I think. Yeah. So it's like
there's 3 characters. You're not going to play it that much.
Yeah, and it gives you assist. I forgot I played that too because it was like 5 minutes literally of me playing it. I mean, it looks. One thing I will comment on Pokken is that it looks great. Like, it's a beautiful looking game. I'm gonna buy it because one, I need more content for Marvelous Fights, and that'll be a nice additional thing to Ultra, Street Fighter 2, and ARMS. So I was surprised on how hype things can be, and I can see the potential in like combos and like timing things. Because I never watched Pokken competitively. It just was like I'm too busy consuming Street Fighter 5 competitively watchingly, so that makes no sense what I just said. But I'm definitely want to get this because I need more fighting games from a Switch.
Yeah. And I was playing it entirely in handheld mode, and like it's a gorgeous game, like on that little screen even. And I actually really liked, like, I'm not sure how well it would actually work, but you can do the 2 players, like each having a Joy-Con. And that's kind of awesome for a fighting, like especially a 3D fighting game like that. So I'd be wary to try it because it forces you to use the control stick to move. And that's not always the best in fighting games, but it's nice that they have that option. I always like that in games, especially. I was gonna say especially on the Switch, but that's the only way you can do that. But like especially games that like kind of have that one-on-one competitive aspect.
I was surprised how well it felt to move with the D-pad in the 3D environment. Yeah, because like the Pro controller for the game that was just on the Wii U, they had released a special Pro controller that didn't have an analog or a joystick. It was just a D-pad. I thought that's really weird for a 3D fighter. But having played with the Wii U Pro controller using the D-pad, it's like, oh, this feels good, despite being a 3D fighter. And this is I can say on record, this is the first 3D fighter I've played since 1988, 99. Something. I think
it's more natural with the D-pad because a lot of the movements seem to be based on kind of like traditional, like back into button or down in a button. Those kind of inputs. It's not quarter circle or quarter circle half punch or anything like that. It's more what I'm used to, like a Mortal Kombat style.
Yeah, the easy way.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
The more accessible, streamlined way.
Exactly. Which is fine. For a game like Pokemon, I figured make
it's
it
fine for casuals.
I mean, hey, I didn't say that.
You
were thinking it.
No.
Yeah.
Casual. I need casuals. I'm a casual by competitor standards. I need casuals to buy fighting games so I can have sequels.
All right, but I'll have more to report on next week because I'm gonna try to game like as much as I can this weekend before my my last college class starts. Because I thought that started this week and it starts next week, so I'm like, I have to take advantage of this weekend. So after some wedding planning, I plan to just like kind of sit down and relax. So like me and Thomas are going to do some stuff together for the site.
We'll probably do some Nidhogg on Saturday.
Yeah. It'll probably have to be later in the evening, but yeah.
Right.
And then hopefully me and Lo can get some stuff in on Sunday, but we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, I'm gonna make up for lost time for sure. Now that I'm finally done with all the Final Fantasy IX stuff, and I can just sit back and wait for people to get their stuff in.
Yay.
For the next few months.
Nice. I guess that just leaves me. I've been playing a couple of new things. I'll start off with a little bit of Hellblade. I'm playing a little bit more of that. Still not finished yet. I've gotten to the point where I'm still not digging the puzzles, like not all of them. There's a lot more puzzles in this game than I thought there was going to be. The first two, like when you first boot up the game, there's two puzzles. There's two different sections that you can go into. You have to complete both of them and then move on. So I'm past that part. I did the 3 or I think like 4 trials to get this new sword. And I really enjoyed those puzzles though. They were a little bit more environmental. So like for example, like my favorite one is where it takes away your sight and you have to rely on sound.
Ooh.
So it's like you have to follow like a stream or something. Like you have to hear for the water flowing and you have to follow that stream. And then like you get your sight back little by little. You have to feel the air around you and like follow the direction where the air blows. Like that stuff was really cool, but it relies far too much on this perspective view of like match this symbol in the environment. And like that's there's a little bit too much of that for my taste, and I don't really like it.
And I guess I'm never playing that game because I can't do that binaural
The sound
gameplay.
Yeah.
And that's been such a like. I don't know if I've gone on this rant before, but like I hate that that's like something that's just a gameplay mechanic now, because it should be able to be turned off. But in something like that, where it's like it's literally something built into the game, like you have to be able to do it.
Yeah.
So if you're half deaf like me, that's like there's all these things coming out now that are like different control mechanics for people that like have one hand or something like that, and it's great to see those things. But then you get these situations where it's like you're kind of hindering other types of disabilities.
It's like the opposite almost.
Yeah,
it
annoys me.
Like they have colorblind mode for people who are colorblind.
Right.
And then I get what you're saying though. It's like the main core mechanic of the game is reliant on sound, so you can't obviously.
Yeah,
take advantage.
Because you said before, there's a lot of things about that game that rely on sound.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy it because I can enjoy that experience, right? But for people with disabilities, like they can't, and it kind of hinders them from playing the actual game, which sucks. They should have some kind of mode that helps people with disabilities.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know whose mic is doing it, but I'm hearing like a really scratchy sound.
It's Ben. It keeps cutting away to his mic, and he's not saying anything.
Okay.
My bad. I might be yawning.
Oh, well,
That's real bad.
I'm so sorry. I thought I was bleeding away. My bad. It's been a long day.
Jesus Christ.
Ben used his signature move, Static Shock.
That's your move.
Effective. Speaking of ears,
I was shocked by the static.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I might finish it. Like the combat, like I enjoy it at first, but it's kind of simple and it doesn't really do anything new or different after a while. I like the style. I like the character. Like I like the boss designs and like what they look like and like their history and stuff. But like there's not a lot there for actual gameplay. I might write up a review of it once I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I might write that up. Another thing I've been playing is Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Oh.
I got that in the mail. I got a pre-order. They gave me a code for, I think, Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, which is weird.
Oh, that's cool.
For the
That's a cool game, though.
PlayStation 4.
For PS, there's a PS4 re-release of it, wasn't there?
Yep. I already finished that first game on the PlayStation 3, so I don't know if I'll go back to it. But I redeemed it anyways. I don't know. Anyways,
I was gonna say if you don't redeem it,
I know I wasn't.
That's a cool game, though. Jak and Daxter. It's a good series. I'm surprised it didn't like catch on more than it.
They made 3 games
I
and a
legit
racing
loved
game.
Jak 2, even though it was totally different.
It
that
caught
was more
on.
like shooting
It was pretty
stuff in Jak
popular.
2, right?
Yeah, Jak 3 was garbage, but Jak 1 and 2 were good.
But yeah, Uncharted Lost Legacy. That's more Uncharted. Featuring Chloe and Nadine from Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 4. Yeah, it's more Uncharted. what more can I say? There's in chapter 4, it goes into like a little bit of an open hub area. So you actually do an Assassin's Creed thing where you climb up a tower and look in these directions, and it marks something on the map.
Oh no!
And that's just one area of it, though. The rest of the game hasn't been like that at all. It's been more traditionally Uncharted, but this open up hub area, you get in a car and you can drive around to these different locations. There's a special thing that you can get if you get these 11 tokens and you go to this one area and redeem them all. You basically get like this this device that shines whenever there's a treasure nearby that you can pick up.
Handy.
So that's a little bit handy. It takes place in India, so that's kind of cool. A lot of I'm learning a little bit about Indian culture, I guess, like talking about I think I was gonna say Vishnu, but I'm not even sure that's right. But the elephant god,
Ganesha.
Ganesha. Yes, you're right. Yes, that.
I thought it was Krishna. But, okay.
Yeah, but Ganesha. So yeah, that's kind of cool.
Maybe that open world part is like them. You know, it's been like a year since Uncharted 4, so it's not going to be drastically different.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that little open world section is like them kind of testing out like some new engine mechanics for like the next official game. So it's like, let's put this in here and see how people react to it. And if they hate it, we won't do that again.
It's not terrible. It's fine, but it doesn't really add too much to the experience. Like I prefer having that like, just let me climb this giant ass statue of Ganesha, and shoot some dudes. And I like the stealth mechanics in those Uncharted games. I always have. I posted a clip earlier today where I dropped a dude off of a balcony, ran up the stairs, snapped a guy's neck, and then ran around and like Superman punched a dude in the face and took him out. And that was pretty good. I always like the stealth mechanics in those games. Those are really good. I always play them on the hardest difficulty now too, because there's really not too much difficulty to it. It's just climbing a lot and shooting dudes, and it's not really that difficult. I think I'm almost near the end of that game. It's like $40 American, 50 Canadian. So, yeah, it actually feels like a real Uncharted game. It doesn't feel like just a piece of DLC or a side story, which it was originally.
Yeah,
that's good.
I also played a little bit of Call of Duty World War II. I got into the private beta because I pre-ordered that game on the.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I didn't think that was out yet.
Yeah, before Amazon took away the 20% off, I pre-ordered it. So yeah, it plays like Call of Duty from World War II era, like Call of Duty 3 or 2 or 1 or whatever. So like it's more boots on the ground. You're not jump jetting everywhere, which is great. I'm kind of enjoying Call of Duty again. At least multiplayer side, I don't know what the single player is going to be. But yeah, I have high hopes for it. The single player, at least, I think I might play the multiplayer a bit more than I did with the previous ones, which was basically not at all. Yeah, that's about it. So
woohoo!
Let's head on into the news.
Newsy news tune. A newsy news tune.
Never gonna get old.
Never.
I thought about like mixing it up a little bit, but no, we need to get like a Despacito remix for you. That's your thing.
Despacito.
It's a song apparently that I've heard like the opening line and that's it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a Justin Bieber song, quote unquote, where he sings like 20% of the song.
That's all you need.
I thought it was a Puerto Rican dude.
It is, but it's said as a Justin Bieber song featuring someone else. I don't remember who.
Oh,
they do that a lot.
Yeah.
Baloney.
All right, from Justin Bieber to our Final Fantasy boy band, Final Fantasy 15. We got some 15 news here.
A lot of it.
Let's start off with Final Fantasy 15 is going to support 8K resolutions for the PC version.
On PC.
Yes, PC only. There was a first announcement that it was going to take 170 gigabytes to download. and it
That's
requires
too much.
and it requires the
It's a
1080
lot of jelly
Ti
beans.
or 1080 Ti. But and when they came out after this hype got around it and said that it's basically like a communications error. They didn't really mean to say that. I think it was just that's what they were running at.
Right.
Gamescom or something like that.
Well, that's if you do like the 8K textures and stuff. They're much bigger files.
Right.
If you just download the game normally, it's like you have to basically you download the game and then you download like the 4K or 8K texture packs.
They've done that before, yeah.
Yeah, so total it would be like 170 gigs if you got like the 8K texture packs.
Damn.
So that's a big ass game. I think originally it was like 50 or 40 something to download on the consoles. So that's a lot of texture package. It's a big package.
Yeah. those boys have a big package.
There we go.
I don't know. There's something there.
Going from a large package to a small package, we got Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition.
Yay!
10 points for that transition.
You like my
Yeah, that was pretty
transitions
great.
tonight? Spot
That
on.
was Oh yeah, that was gold.
I like your transitions more than I like this graphical version of the game.
Yeah, so here we have Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. It's basically going to be retelling the story from Final Fantasy 15 on the iOS, Android, and Windows 10 devices. It's going to be releasing this fall, 2017.
Good to show some love for the Windows 10 devices.
And it's going to have a really crappy chibi art style. That I really don't like the chibi art style. Like I've gone on record saying that. Like pop vinyl figures as well are really terrible. First episode is going to be free though, so you can try it out at least.
Yeah, it's going to be split up with 10 downloadable episodes.
Yeah.
So like, instead of just being the full game together, it's like each chapter of what the normal game is like a episode of the app essentially that you pay for separately.
Yeah, you got to think about it like it's probably gonna take a few gigs to download each episode, and if you're on like a monthly plan or something like that, like that's probably the best way that they can handle that.
Probably.
Because it's the entire game. Like it's kind of modified. Like I think the battle system's more like top down, touch based, obviously, because it's handheld. But the actual game is entirely intact, which is kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, it's kind of
That
cool.
is crazy.
But I don't hate this art style except for Gladiolus and his weird like tiny bottom but like gigantic like upper end.
None of their mouths
He
move
looks
at all.
weirder, like, proportionally, he looks weirder than Knuckles does in Sonic Boom.
Knuckles does look pretty weird in Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
You shut your mouth. Knuckles is the best thing.
I'm just saying, he looked weird in Sonic Boom. It's a fact.
Dude.
Sonic Boom belongs in Street Fighter, and that's all it should be. Also, just airplanes and stuff like the actual Sonic Boom.
I think I heard Ben throwing up in his mouth while we were talking about this story. I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, possibly, namely because of the rumors of what this Pocket Edition could lead to it going to another console.
Yeah, coming to the Switch, possibly.
Transition?
I mean, it's
My
part of the
heart.
story, so it might be coming to the Switch, along with Final Fantasy 15 as well.
He pretty much all confirmed it, though.
Well, it's funny because like this story came out later than just like the Pocket Edition story, and I think there was something in there of like we'd like to see Final Fantasy 15 on the Switch, but we have nothing to announce at this time. And I was basically saying like I bet it would be the Pocket Edition. If anything went to the Switch, it'd be the Pocket Edition. They couldn't fit the normal game there. And then like 3 days later, there was this story that came out saying that we very much want to move out and do as much as we can with the game, with the franchise. There's another certain console out there people may be thinking of. It sounds a little bit like the name Twitch.
Yeah.
I think we'll just leave it there. And that it would be the Pocket Edition that would go to the Switch. I'm like, I called it. But they said specifically if they did do it, like there's a chance above zero that they're going to put it on the Switch.
I love that
Above
quote.
Is the
zero.
thing. Yeah, it's
so good.
absurd. But if they did it, it would basically just be in the handheld version of the Switch because they're not going to add controller support. So it would just be literally like zero effort on their part, porting the Pocket Edition over to the tablet part of the Switch. So you can do all the same like touchscreen stuff on it.
If they do that, I will outright refuse to buy because that is the laziest and shittiest thing they could do.
Right. I mean, they could probably put the entire thing on there instead of having you have to download it, in episodes, which would be nice. And like, I don't use my my phone to game. It's just like, anytime I get into a game, I get a notification or something, and then I close out and check the notification, and I go back into the game, and like has to load it back up, and it's just obnoxious. So I don't use my phone to game. I just out of principle. So like on the Switch, I would at least maybe try it out. But I'm also on like chapter 3 of the game on PS4. So I'm probably not going to get it again. I don't like it that much.
Yeah.
Like, I would accept like a watered down version of Final Fantasy 15 on the Switch because obviously the Switch cannot handle the power of Final Fantasy 15. There's a lot of things on screen at once and a lot of detail. I would accept a somewhat lower textures, maybe less animation. I would be okay with that. If you, Square Enix, give me this, because I'm gonna call it what it is. It's a piece of shit because it looks like a piece of shit. Then I'm not gonna buy the game because I deserve something. Okay, deserve's not the right word. You should at least put some effort into putting one of your biggest games of recent memory into a console that can be taken everywhere. I understand it's difficulty porting games, and y'all take forever to make games to begin with. So fucking put some effort into it. Put some elbow grease. Not literal elbow grease, because then you're going to get it all over your computer. But and actually make effort out of a port. If this comes to the Switch, because we don't know if this is true or not, it's speculation. But if it's true, oh hell no, I ain't touching this. And I really want to play Final Fantasy 15 because it actually looks cool and interesting to me. And I doubt my current PC can handle the. I mean, I know I'm not gonna download the 8K textures, but even then, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a very graphic intensive game. Regardless,
it is.
It's gonna punish you.
You could download the first episode of the Pocket Edition on your new phone.
Yeah, F that.
But no, this to me is like it's symptomatic of a bigger problem with the whole idea, like all these third-party developers and the Switch. Because there's another story that we're not gonna, that we don't have on this list. I am gonna talk about it right now. I think it was a week or so ago. Basically said like EA, I think, saying that FIFA 18 was going to be the determining factor of whether or not they continue to put their games on the Switch, like depending on how well it sells. But apparently it's reviewing well so far. Like the previews of it, I should say, are saying like it's good, but it's not, it's not super feature rich or whatever, but like it plays solidly and everything. But it's like it's a watered down version of a completely different game than what everyone else is getting. So like if that doesn't sell well, they're just going to say, oh well, nobody wants these games on the Switch. But that's not true because you're not putting the same thing on the Switch. This is the same case. Like people would love to have Final Fantasy 15 on the Switch if you put the effort in to actually put Final Fantasy 15 on the Switch. If you just like zero effort port the mobile version over there and then it doesn't sell, you're going to say, well, I guess they don't want Square games on the Switch. Like that doesn't make any sense. And they want effort in their games that are put on the Switch.
And then they'll complain that, well, our games didn't hit the target date, so it's like, fuck you. Yeah,
that's been an issue too. I was waiting for the Escapist 2, and it's not coming to the Switch day and date. So I'm just waiting on it, I guess. Like I was tempted to get it on PC, but I want it on the Switch so you can have like the drop-in, drop-out multiplayer like on the Joy-Con. But it's not out yet, and they have no release date for it on the Switch.
Yo, Atlas.
How annoying.
Give me that Tokyo Mirage Sessions port, or better yet, give me Persona 5 for the Switch.
So it's like all these companies need to understand that their games aren't going to sell well if they come out 6 months later and stripped of features on the Switch. You have to put care and money into your port if you want to get money out of it. You can't just say, well, we already have this game. We're just going to put the bare minimum and port it over there a year later, and it'll be fine. If it doesn't sell, we're not worried about it because we're not going to support them anymore anyway. We assume it's not going to sell well, so why should we put money into it? And they're like, well, it didn't sell well, so...
Yet, arguably, you can make the argument that Final Fantasy 15 has the greatest potential sell on the Switch because that game is massive, and the ability to take it anywhere, I think, will make people want to buy it more. Because then that's what prevents a lot of people from buying these big games. Like, well, I don't want to sit for 20 hours on my couch or something playing Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, that's part of why I haven't played it more on PS4. I don't turn on my PS4. If I'm on my computer, I'm doing stuff on my computer. I'm not playing my PS4.
Yeah, and that's why I'm looking forward to Xenoblade Chronicles 2, because that's a huge that game is going to be a huge RPG on the Switch. And Xenoblade 1 was a huge RPG on the Wii. So you're telling me you can't, like, even if, again, I will accept lower textures, less frames of animation. If you give me 30 frames per second or whatever at 720p, I'll be fine with that. But if you're telling me,
to be fair, it barely ran at 30 frames a second at 900p on the PS4.
That's okay, fair enough. Maybe Square Enix just sucks at optimization. Who knows?
Yeah.
But, like, come on. If you get the Pocket Edition, nobody's going to buy it, and you and Square Enix should not be surprised when nobody buys it.
Yeah.
Salty.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead and say it.
I just hope that they actually, put some effort into porting the actual game, because, I mean, Final Fantasy 15 on the Switch, it sounds like a really good idea. Like Final Fantasy Pocket on the Switch, or Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition on the Switch, not so much. Oh. And yeah, and it's just, and I'm sure they can optimize it to run on the Switch, handheld and full-on console mode. They have the technology. I'm sure they do. So, and then it was just as you were talking about just all these, just with this thing with the shitty ports to the Switch, it's almost like the Switch is kind of having the same problem that PC gaming had so many years ago, with just crappy ports just coming out and stuff like that. And so people are like, oh, well, no one likes the port, so we're not going to bother putting more effort into it. But it's like you're creating your own problem and you're facilitating it even further. So,
well, that was back when they were optimizing everything for specific like console infrastructure, because it was different. It wasn't based on any kind of x64 like base code of it. I don't know what I'm saying. But now, like, everything is basically PC structured. Anyway, like these consoles are running PC structures.
So there's no reason not
really
to optimize it.
Yeah, like when Final Fantasy 15 came out, they were like, "Oh, well, we're going to focus on consoles for right now. We have nothing to announce after that." And then now, like, not even a year later, it's coming out to PC. Like it wasn't that hard.
Right. Exactly.
But Switch is its own thing. I get that. And like, while it can hold a candle to the other consoles, the processor is holding it back a little bit, because graphically it can do a lot, but the processor isn't as good as the graphics are. So that's why it tends to have, like, it'll be able to run a game just as well, like, graphically and everything, but it'll have frame rate stutters. So they'll end up putting out patches that kind of like, kind of rework the graphics so that it pulls more of that processing power to the GPU instead of focusing on the graphical power. And then you get stable frames, but worse graphics. So it's like they have to kind of offload a little bit of that better to equalize it, rather than like having, just full-on graphics that you should be able to do on the Switch. Because like I said, the graphics processor can handle it, but then the CPU holds it back, which sucks.
Oh, boy. I just hope that they actually port the legit game and not the, I don't know, Crayola watercolor edition.
It's going to be the Crayola version.
That's what it should be called. Final Fantasy 15 Crayola edition.
Final Fantasy 15, we made this with crayons.
We do still have some more Final Fantasy news. Final Fantasy 15 and Assassin's Creed are doing a crossover. It's the crossover that everyone has ever wanted.
I thought this was a joke at first when I first
saw it. More than a Marvel Cinematic Universe, more than a DC universe, Assassin's Creed and Final Fantasy universe.
No, I legit when I saw this, I thought this is an elaborate joke.
Yeah,
this has to be an elaborate joke. Somebody just went in, grabbed the assets, like threw them all together, and it's like, hey, look, it's the thing. Like, no.
But Ubisoft loves their crossovers these days. So
I guess that's what I was going to say. They're getting around.
Yeah.
All right. So the details of this crossover is that on August 30th, Final Fantasy 15 players who get the Dream Egg from the Moogle Chocobo Carnival event, I don't know what I just said,
I don't either.
We'll receive an Assassin's Creed outfit for Noctis on August 31st. Final Fantasy 15 will get a free Assassin's Festival DLC. The city of Lestallum will be redesigned for the festival and have new activities for people to do. The festival will allow Noctis to use more Assassin's Creed style abilities. So, like, I guess Eagle Vision and stabbing people.
Probably like parkour.
Parkour.
Mostly.
Probably.
Because he is not very agile in the game.
No.
Like, I tried to jump over like a tiny wall, and it's like, nope. You
Hey guys, we put mounting in
can,
this.
but-
We learned from the PUBG guys, and we know everyone wants mounting.
Yes. I just want to just point out that I'm pretty sure assassins are kind of like hush hush. I don't think that they would do anything like throw a festival.
Yeah.
So that just
You're the
sounds funny to me.
assassin.
Assassin's Festival is kind of
Kind of roused.
an oxymoron.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of cleanup at the end of the Assassin's Festival. Just
Yeah.
to let you know.
Hey, Viscera Cleaner spin-off or whatever.
There you go.
They just have a giant blood orgy. They just stab everyone in a blood orgy.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, if you like Final Fantasy 15, still playing it after a year of release, look forward to that. I like having new outfits for Noctis. There wasn't too many in there, and that was like one of my things that I don't know. I just harped on a lot was that I can't dress up my boys.
This is cool. Like, it's a good cross promotional idea, and apparently they're like Ubisoft has been kind of coy on it, but they were asked if there's going to be Final Fantasy 15 content in the new Assassin's Creed. They basically said, wait until it comes out and see.
Interesting.
So I think it's going to work both ways. We just don't know yet.
Am I gonna get a Buster Sword for my assassin?
No, you'll get a gun blade.
Okay.
Again, not very assassin-like, using a
not?
Buster Sword.
I can see like the dual blades, like that Zidane uses, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Well,
We done with Final Fantasy?
yeah, we're done with Final Fantasy for now. I hope Noctis gets a new hat. Speaking of hats,
What? That was lame. You could have stayed in the square realm.
I'm just following the document I made, man.
Alright. Oh, you wrote in your transitions? That's weak.
I don't write them in. I'm just looking at my things.
Oh, okay.
Hat in Time releases October 5th. We have a video of that up with you, Justin, and Ben playing through it.
Yeah,
Fun little
it's
game.
great. Check it out.
It is.
We totally don't make fun of Thomas in it.
I haven't watched it. Shit. There you go watch it now.
Oh, you haven't?
No,
Now he has a reason to.
I had to go
Yeah, we
watch it.
totally don't make fun of Thomas in it.
Yeah, that's exciting. Like I've seen a few gameplay videos previously of previous builds, and it
That's
looks like
so good.
a cool platformer type game that I'd be interested in.
Yeah. It's a straight up classic 3D collectathon, like in the purest form, even with some of the flaws.
Those games
Not quite like ukulele level of flaws. It's a little more modern than that, but it's along those same lines, and it's great.
The 3D platformer's back, y'all.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's cool to see it coming back. Really.
Plus, you can play as a little girl with a mustache if you do co-op.
Yeah, but Hat Girl is definitely the more adorable of the two. So just play Hat Girl.
She is. I'm just saying, if you do co-op, you play as a girl with a mustache, and that's pretty
Yes.
cool.
Who's
Stash girl.
connected to the mob? Question mark.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, everything's allegedly.
Yeah. And everyone sounds like they're voiced by Lo with his Russian accent.
Nice.
I'm not kidding.
That's awesome.
Can you do a little bit for us?
Oh, I suppose I can do a little bit of Russian accent for you. There you go. Thank you for listening to Charge Shot Gamescast, and enjoy your vodka.
The #1 podcast in all of Russia.
#1 podcast in Soviet
That was pretty
Russia.
good, too.
Podcast you.
You don't listen to podcasts. You go to Gulag.
We should just do that next time we play PUBG together. Is just do Russian accents the whole time.
That'd be pretty
Yes.
good. Yeah.
I'll
Songs
PayPal Justin
that way.
$1 if he does that for the entire stream.
I literally
We can
can't do a
try it
Russian
all.
accent,
You just talk
I mean,
a
I've
little
never
bit deeper.
tried.
That's all.
but
Just watch Rocky and Bullwinkle and you get the
That's
hang.
exactly how I learned how to do it. Is the funny thing. Rocky and Bullwinkle. Boris Bedinov. We must get from moose and squirrel, or feel his leather leather heads.
I think I just copied off of Metal Gear, and that's about it.
It's a good one too.
Yeah,
it's a good one too.
That's probably more authentic rather than saying moose and squirrel.
Moose and squirrel.
Squirrel is a hard word to say without an accent.
Right. Oh man.
All right, let's get into Justin's favorite topic, or at least one of them, anyways. Sakamoto has been talking about possibly designing a 2D Metroid, a new one. The quote comes from Game Informer. We found this out through Shine Sparkers. And this quote is, through the development of Metroid Samus Returns, which is the remake of Metroid 2, I was able to really grasp the possibility of a fun, I must have miswrote this, 2D Metroid game. Like when I finished the first game, yeah, I miswrote this. I'm all fucked up right now. But basically, he's saying that like when he was developing Metroid Samus Returns, he kind of like had an idea of like a fun way to make a 2D Metroid in the modern era.
Which is totally what I predicted. That they were going to use the same engine and make another game that's original.
Oh yeah, it's where the genre belongs, is in the kind of 2D realm, anyways. So
yeah,
it's great news.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I'm excited for Metroid Prime 4, but like Super Metroid will always be one of my favorite games, and Metroid Fusion is effectively one of my like top 5, and I'm still waiting for a game that beats that, like in the Metroid franchise at least, or even just any Metroidvania game, because like Axiom Verge was great, but it was no Metroid, and that's the closest I've played recently. So like, really, I think the only thing that could beat like a classic Metroid game is a new Metroid game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like it's kind of cool because when developed, like he probably just hasn't really like touched 2D style of Metroid before, like in a long time.
Yeah.
And when he finally like worked on it, he's like, you know what? Maybe there's like something here that I can build upon.
Yeah. I mean,
cool.
the last one I think was Metroid Zero Mission.
Speaking of Metroid, we got a Metroid car coming to Rocket League.
Oh yeah.
On the Switch version.
Also, Rocket League is coming to the Switch.
Yeah.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of
tangentially related to this news story.
It kind of looks like Samus's ship from Super Metroid.
Yeah.
But like squished down into a car form.
It has cool glowing wheels. And it's like it looks so much more futuristic and awesome than like any of the other Rocket League cars.
What do you think the sound is going to be when it does the boost? Like, is it going to be like a charge or something?
Oh, I don't know.
Like
Probably when the effect in the speedball, like the
Boost ball?
Huh.
Yeah. Probably something like that.
Yeah. Do cars make different sounds when they boost?
You can make different sounds, and I think it's I think it's trails actually, but like I know for a fact when I play with the Back to the Future car, it makes the Back to the Future sound.
Oh, that's cool. So yeah, probably something. Yeah. Because like in the reveal trailer, like it showed it coming out, but it wasn't like in motion or anything. The Mario and Luigi cars that are also coming to the game, I think had noises like when they zoomed onto the screen. But I don't know if that was just for the reveal trailer or if it was like actually what they make the sounds of.
But those aren't as cool as the Metroid car.
No, they're not. Like this is the coolest car in Rocket League so far.
Oh yeah.
Like
give me my
move over car. Back to the Future, Batmobile. Like this is the best one.
I want my Fire Emblem car.
What is a Fire Emblem car?
Yeah, exactly. What is that?
That
like a lot of cool like knightly designs on it. Like
it's just a chariot. It's just a chariot with like horses going.
Just a wooden buggy that doesn't actually move.
No, it have wings because the Pegasus is. It would have wings.
Does the car include permadeath?
It would have. That would be great.
You blow up and you're gone. You just done.
It would have like slick wings on the side. It would have like I would design it like different aspects of like different classes from Fire Emblems. Like you would have like maybe a cool badass sword on the hood, and like obviously you have wings on the sides to bring the Valkyrie Knights. Just like things like that. Like maybe big ass pauldrons on the wheels or something. I don't freaking know. I don't.
I think we'd get a Zelda car before we'd get a Fire Emblem car.
Right.
I don't know, man. Waifu Warriors is pretty popular.
But that's not a car.
I think you designed a pretty sick car out of Fire Emblem. I just gave you a sick design out of Fire Emblem.
I'm still waiting on my wrestling cars because they've been sponsoring like the last few WWE pay-per-view events and still no wrestling cars.
Yeah.
Too busy making awesome Samus cars.
Do we know how? Is it going to be $60 or is it going to be $20? Because I know Rocket League's not expensive.
Rocket League's like $20.
Is it? Yeah.
It's like 20 or 30,
I thought it was 25 or 30. I don't remember.
Okay,
Something
because
like
I keep
that.
seeing a price on Amazon for 60, and I was like, that can't be right.
That doesn't
No.
sound right.
No.
Might be a placeholder, but like, and the fact that it's cross-platform, I've never played Rocket League before. I've never owned it before, so
It's
I
really
would
good.
definitely
It's real fun.
buy it.
I've already got it on a PC, so I probably won't get it again. But there's a novelty to have it on Switch also.
But
It's a
cross-platform,
good handheld game.
we don't have to worry. I don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about buying another version because we can just play anyways.
No, I know, but I want the Samus car.
Oh.
You don't understand.
This is very important.
You don't understand. I'm the guy who cried over Sonic the Hedgehog last week that I understand about fandom.
You don't understand my Metroid fandom.
It's $22
Yeah, I kinda
Canadian, so yeah, probably $20 American.
Yeah, I would assume. $20, I'd probably pick it up again.
Yeah. I'll buy it for the first time.
It's a good game.
And then we can all play together. It'll be fun.
Yay. Charge, we could actually stream a game, all four of us playing together with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's true. That never happens.
Nope.
Because PC Master Race over here without a Switch.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, I could buy PUBG, but I refuse.
There's a new map
could.
coming for PUBG. I didn't include this story because I just saw like a scribble of a napkin, but there's also a screenshot out there where it's just like a bunch
That's
of
all good.
buildings, a bunch of tall like apartment buildings, which looks kind of cool.
Oh, it's not the desert one?
That is the desert one.
What?
It's like an abandoned city in a desert.
Weird.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, they could have done a Las Vegas one, which would have been cool. In the desert.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
Yeah, so let's get into the trailer territory now. We got a few trailers came out at Gamescom, a few new games. Children of Morta is coming out next year.
Looks okay.
It's
Another
hack and slash
roguelike.
roguelike. Yeah. I'm starting to get tired of the roguelikes now. I know we had a discussion about this like
What?
a few months ago. And now it just feels like roguelikes are taking over. Before I didn't feel like that.
That's what I said.
I know. But like now I'm finally at that point.
Oh, what a shock. A game based on RNG that's not fun to play.
Welcome to the right side of history, Thomas.
Seriously, I want to genuinely know, how do people actually like Binding of Isaac? How can you have fun with that game when you get screwed over half the time?
I don't know.
I don't
It's
get
like
it.
it's people play these things so they can get a good run. It's like you play. I mean, it's kind of like it's the same concept of PUBG, really. You play over and over again, even though it completely randomizes and starts you from zero every time. Like that is essentially a roguelike. And then like each time you play, you have a different kind of chance of getting good stuff and ending up like winning in the end. And PUBG is one of the biggest games out there, and I would consider that a roguelike, and I like it.
Yeah.
It's totally it's not.
So I think it just. But it's similar to
Sorta.
that idea, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. It has some aspects.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, like, I
but
think
it's
people
an
play these
online
games
shooter.
because like they want the good run. You know, like it's that idea of like if I play one more round, maybe it'll go in my favor, and I'll win.
Mhm.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying that's how it works.
I'll just stick
Yeah.
to fighting games.
The whole roguelike thing, like it was cool when like not everybody was doing it, but now it seems like everybody's doing it. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
start over from
Yeah.
nothing if you die. And I feel like only certain games can really do that effectively. One of them is 20XX.
It's true.
Great game. It's perfect for that actually, almost, because with all the different power-ups and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I don't know. It's
But that's done correctly because it's one of those games where it's like
Right.
each level is the same. Like you play like each robot master essentially in order, but the actual level itself changes each time you play it.
right.
So it's like that's when I think roguelikes work well. Because you actually it's kind of like Diablo 2. You know, like you're getting the same game, like you're getting the same quests, but you go to a dungeon and like the dungeon is randomly generated.
Mhm.
But it's the same game.
Right. Right.
That's how 20XX is. That's how the one I mentioned a few weeks ago, that I just forgot the name of right now. I'm gonna vamp for time for a little bit while I look it up real quick. It is. I lost it.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about? Anyone? Do you know?
Nope.
I was talking about a few weeks ago. Where is it? Why can't I find it?
I've been having pains in the side of the.
Sundered.
Right. There we go.
That's the first thing that came to my head. But I was like, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, Sundered.
Yeah.
That's another one because like it has the same map structure.
Yeah.
Like the blocks that make up that map section are randomized.
Mm-hmm.
So you're playing more of a traditional Metroidvania, but it's like what you run into in each block of map is different. So that's just kind of refreshing. But games where it's literally just like Binding of Isaac, where it's like every run is completely different. You have no idea what to expect in each room. It doesn't seem fun to me. And I don't know how this game's going to fall in that, but...
Yeah, I don't know. It's got a nice style, but...
I like the pixel art. The pixel art looks really cool. That's what
it's supposed to be like more narrative-based and not as just run-based.
It kind of looks like an
more
old
like
school
the
point stick.
Other things of note is that it was kickstarted in 2015. It's going to have it's scheduled for release for 2018.
Dang.
Absolver, that's coming out next week.
Ah, yes.
Lo here gave me a trailer for some of the co-op fighting mechanics. This is a fighting game. It's a bit more technical in its gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
The co-op here shows that
Absolution
you can have
has both the
3v3
path to be
fights,
walked alone
and there's also going to
and
be
the
like some
journey
kind
to be
of
experienced
mentor
alongside other prospects.
slash student system. So like pros can train newcomers and help guide them with their movesets, which like this whole game is about reading your opponent and seeing what kind of moves they're going to do next, like with their hand movements and such. So that could be pretty cool. It's releasing August 29th, 2017.
Sounds like kind of a For Honor system.
It's a little bit more in
depth
than For Honored.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ben,
I don't know. A lot of that game kind of devolved into like people just pushing other people into holes instead of actually fighting, but it had depth to it.
Ben,
Yeah, Thomas.
Ben, as our fighting game guy, what do you think?
Not. I don't know. It didn't hook me as much as I thought it would. Considering I think it has a lot more the fact that I'm super more interested in what Marvel vs. Capcom and Infinite than anything else. Like I saw it and I didn't really give it a second thought though. It was okay. Thought it was fine.
I saw a little bit of gameplay earlier today, and it looked like when I was first reading about it, I thought it was kind of just multiplayer only, but it looks like it's got like a single player and kind of like a little area that you can like wander around and fight people, and I guess there's quests. I'm not really sure. I haven't really seen too much about it. Yeah, so no one here is super hot on it.
Nope. Super hot.
Super hot. Super hot. Yeah, speaking
That
of
could come
things
to the Switch.
Speaking of things that are not so super hot, we got Minecraft Xbox One S console.
Oh, I thought we were still on trailers.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm all over the place tonight.
I was like, what are you referencing right now?
Anyways, let's just talk about the shitty Xbox One.
That looks like low budget digital camo.
So they came out with two different Xboxes at Gamescom this year. We got the Xbox One S, which is the Minecraft version of it. So it looks like a grass block on the front, and then on the bottom it's got like redstone circuitry kind of thing going on.
Mm.
Which I don't know, it's kind of like the box itself looks kind of cool, but then the controllers look really bad. Like it's just like a really bad green pattern for the creeper and like a shitty little face with the Minecraft text, like the font.
Yeah.
And then there's also a pig version of it, which is just as bad.
My favorite thing is how this is an Xbox One S bundle.
Yeah.
But like one of their only major advertisements for the One X was the like 4K texture version of Minecraft coming out, because they don't really have any original games coming. So they've just been hyping up 4K Minecraft to sell their console but then they're putting out an Xbox One S bundle with Minecraft. This is poor advertising.
Backup plan.
Yeah.
And they have pre-orders open right now. I don't know if they're still open by the time you hear this, but they have pre-orders for the Xbox One X Project Scorpio edition. Pretty much the only thing about this is that it's got the Project Scorpio labeled on it on the controller and on the console, and it looks really bad on the controller. It's just like vertical between the between the sticks, which is really dumb. You can't read it properly unless you turn your controller sideways. It's kind of like the day one edition that they had at launch. Lowe's like making faces at me. I don't know what's happening here.
Oh, not at you. I'm just making faces. They should have just kept it as the Scorpio. That's all I'm going to say. Xbox One X sounds stupid. Everybody, even after they announced the name, they're like, no, Scorpio sounded better. Scorpio sounded better. And then someone at Microsoft was probably like, I have an idea. And then this thing.
It's that meme of that guy who gets thrown out of the office building. Oh, why don't we just name it the Scorpio? And he gets thrown out of the building.
Yeah. It's, I don't know.
Xbox is great at talking about consoles.
Oh boy. Just call it the Scorpio at this point. Just rename it. Like, sorry guys, Xbox One X was a dumb idea. Sorry. Scorpio. It's the Scorpio.
I don't think it's a dumb idea, but like they're doing the Scorpio thing, which is, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah.
They have to give something to their fan base that are going to buy this Xbox One X.
They could have done that just by keep the Scorpio name. Because I mean, what's gonna happen after this? It's just like, oh, it's just the Xbox One X, the Xbox One X edition. They should do that next.
Xbox One Y.
X and Y.
Because
And
why
then,
would you buy
and then
it?
DMX sells you the Xbox One X.
I would actually pay money for that.
Yeah, if they had a whole like promotional campaign that's like X gonna give it to you, and it's like is that Exhibit or DMX?
That's
does that?
DMX.
DMX.
That's
Okay.
DMX.
It's like him bringing the Xbox to people's doors.
That would be cool.
It's like rings the doorbell and the answer he's like, X gonna give it to you, and like hands him an Xbox One X. That'd be pretty amazing, actually.
That'd be hilarious. I'd love.
Yeah,
to
but the
see
millennials won't understand it because I don't think millennials know who DMX is at this
They
point.
know
that.
who
They don't
he is. through
deserve
the
to know
memes.
who he is if
The
they don't know who he
meme-averse
is
has
already.
taught the millennials who he is.
Yeah. Memes are
If they
teaching
haven't
kids
watched
history.
Cradle to the Grave, that's their fault.
Oh my god, that movie!
Yeah, a deep cut right there.
Oh shit!
DMX and Jet Li, great combo.
Yes.
There was also Eminem was on the soundtrack as well, and
Yeah,
Oh boy.
I love that movie, like unironically.
Yeah. Oh man.
I don't know
Can we
where to
talk
go
about
from
Fee
there.
now?
Next edition.
What?
Can we just no transition? Can we just talk about Fee now? Because I just watched this trailer while you guys were rambling about Xbox stuff.
Yeah, so let's
And
talk
it
about
looks so
Faye.
cool.
I think it's Faye.
No, it's Fee. It's pronounced Fee.
Is it
I'm
really?
gonna stick with Fee.
Damn.
I think it's Fi.
Fee.
The article
Fee, fi,
specifically
fo,
says
fum.
it's pronounced Fee.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's Fee.
I thought it was Faye. Anyways, yeah, so that they showed her like a tease for it a couple of years ago at E3. EA did as one of their originals.
I don't remember it at all.
And yeah, it looks a lot better in this new trailer that they've released. Well,
It looks like just a really cool, like original, like 3D adventure game, like with some slight kind of like ability management stuff. Like you probably get new abilities and stuff as you go. It gives me almost like a faster paced Okami feel.
You know what it reminds me of?
Grow Home.
And I think the developers of it explicitly said that they, I don't know if they said it, but I remember reading an article, another article for it, that it's the Ori and the Blind Forest, but for 3D
Oh, yeah, a
platforms.
little bit like that.
Oh yeah, I can see that
I
too.
kind of got that vibe from it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. All it has to do is just make me cry.
I was thinking Okami because everyone said Okami is like Zelda with like a a wolf protagonist, and this kind of looks like a 3D Zelda game, but with like whatever.
mean
this
Twilight
is.
Princess?
A song of all the light.
Yeah, it looks like the movement's a little bit faster. I remember before it was kind of a little bit slow and more methodic. But I see like jumping tree to tree looks really cool.
This little protagonist creature is super cute.
Mm-hmm. Do you like the fact that it makes weird whale noises?
To stop the evil.
It did?
Yeah, whenever it like does its talking thing,
make the world a home again.
I just had to do this. I had to mute it. But this is another thing that's coming to Switch. So it's like it's the EA original coming to Switch, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love this art style.
But PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. I like everything.
Mm-hmm.
But this is going to be a good Switch game. I say that about every game that comes to the Switch. But that's because I'm excited when any game comes to the Switch that's going to other consoles.
You're a Nintendo fanboy. It's okay.
No, like there is a truth to it though.
Yeah.
Like if a game only goes to the Switch, of course you're going to get it there. But like when there's a game that's on multiple systems and like you can get it on the Switch, like get it on the Switch. Support third party. People will complain, oh well, there's no third party support on the Switch, but then whatever game comes out that is third party, they don't get it on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, well, why is there no third party support? I wonder.
He's got
but this is the kind of game that looks like at home on there. Like there's even one of the comments down here that's like, this looks like a Switch game. Good call.
It does. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It does.
Because it's simple and pretty. Like it shows off the limited graphical capabilities of it. It doesn't tax any of the systems. So it makes sense.
Yeah. Moving on to some more trailers. We've got Jurassic World Evolution.
Dinosaurs are not. No, I'm not going to even try it this time.
Why not?
Hold on to your butts.
Life finds a way.
If this game comes to Switch, I'm buying it. I'm going to create my own dinosaur hell.
All right,
it would be cool for the touchscreen aspects.
So yes, Jurassic World Evolution. It's a new game coming from Frontier Developments. They're best known for Elite Dangerous, if you didn't know that. It's planned for a summer release of 2018 on the PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. It is basically like a simulation, like a theme park simulation, but for Jurassic Park.
Yes. Dinosaur Tycoon, as Ben called it.
Pretty much. Yeah, this thing looks pretty damn cool from its trailer.
Although it's a little deceiving because it looks like it's going to be way cooler, and then it's like it clears out a path and like drops a building, and it's like, oh, okay, this is a tycoon game.
Yeah, this is a game.
Yeah, but with dinosaurs.
I know, but like it starts out with like a dinosaur wrecking the park, and it's like you think it's going to become like this really cool action game, and there's just a building drops, and you immediately understand what it's going to be.
That's what
it's
I was
not a bad
for.
thing, but it's a little misleading in the beginning.
As a little kid, I've always wanted to create my own Jurassic Park, and now I can finally do that. It's gonna be great.
Well, that's disturbing.
I love dinosaurs, man. Who didn't love dinosaurs when they were kids?
Also,
but wanting to create your own Jurassic Park is a little disturbing.
If you screw up your Jurassic Park, things can go awry, and the dinosaurs can actually start like revolting back.
I love it.
How much you want to bet that that's what people are going to do on purpose on release?
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
Have you seen any video about Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Or even Sim City?
Build a roller coaster that kills everyone?
Oh,
yeah.
Gosh. I can see it all now.
Like part of the fun is destroying what you make in these games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to have like the original Sim City on SNES, and I'd build this really nice town, and then I'd get kind of bored of it. So I just like you can go up into the menu and do the natural disasters. So I'd sick Bowser on the town.
Godzilla?
Like, no, in the SNES version, instead of Godzilla, it was Bowser.
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
So he'd just stomp over the town, like shooting his Bowser fire over everything. And it was great.
It's pretty good.
Nintendo exclusives, man. We get Samus and Rocket League and, Bowser and SimCity. Like, that's why I'm a Nintendo fanboy.
I hope they make an action game at some point. How cool would it be to have like an open world type of Jurassic Park game where you're like running away from dinosaurs and like trying to like just figure shit out, or I don't know. I don't know what the plot would be or anything like that, but I thought it'd be kind of cool. Just
there was a Jurassic World game in development a while back. There was a few animation reels of it out, but it never ended up getting made.
There was a Jurassic Park
Interesting.
Telltale game that was really bad.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I heard about that.
Well, because those are all QuickTime events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Capcom hasn't revived Dino Crisis considering how well Jurassic
I know,
World
right?
was.
Yeah.
Like you have it
Yeah,
right
it's
there.
awesome.
Like we want a survival horror with dinosaurs. Capcom's like pointing
Okay.
like at meme or like you're
No,
showing it.
I mean, they haven't even done a real Mega Man in a long time. They're just
Mhm.
doing the
Ouch.
remasters of those.
Yeah, but nobody cares about Mega Man anymore. Give me dinos.
Hey,
We care about Mega
watch
Man
your
over
whore
here.
mouth, sir.
I
Don't
triggered
say that.
Justin.
We're over here in the
Mission
Mega
accomplished.
corner.
Yeah.
You can't sit over here in the Mega corner, Ben. You're banned from the Mega
I got
corner.
a Mega Man Universe poster right there.
It's okay. I have my Sonic corner, and he's cool and likes chili dogs.
Well, I'm
At
in the
least we
Sonic
have
corner too.
20XX now.
Yeah, we do. It's the best Mega Man game that's not a Mega Man game.
Yeah.
I thought that was Mighty Number 9.
Or Mega, Mighty Gunvolt Burst or
Mm.
Oh yeah, that game
Mighty
too.
Gunvolt Burst is pretty legit.
Oh yeah.
20XX.
But 20XX has a 0 character, so it wins.
Mm-hmm. Hands down.
He's ace. Only 20XX fans understand.
That's such a cool name though. Ace.
Yeah.
Like it's not as cool as Zero, obviously, but it's
No.
up there.
But it's kind of
pretty
a
good.
pun because it's like ace is like 1 if you
Right.
think of cards.
Yeah,
So it's like they went 0 and then 1. So it's a fun thing.
I like it.
Sticking with Nintendo properties, we've got a new character coming to ARMS.
Justin's worst nightmares come
I have
to
no
fruition.
Yeah, so new
Hmm.
character
Not only-
coming to
not-
ARMS. I think her name is Lola Pop, which is a really bad name for
Yep.
anything.
And she gets fat.
Lola Pop.
I'm gonna main her.
She just fats up.
Is that a Willy Wonka reference?
Is it? Was there a
You're
girl
blowing up
named
like
Lola?
a blue violet, like a blueberry.
Yeah, the blue.
I don't
Oh
know,
no,
I
she
just
just
thought
inflates.
I just
Like
thought
she
the
can
candy.
inflate on
thing-
command.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, I hate her.
Yeah, she looks like a clown. That's why Justin hates her.
Yep.
To be fair, clowns are kind of creepy.
So
Yeah, they are.
So that means Justin will not watch my marvelous fights if I do like a video of just playing nothing but Lollipop.
Nope.
I'm sad.
To be fair, she looks like a clown and candy. Both things I hate now.
Also, it's getting a new stage too, along with Lollipop.
They're going to be having a free weekend this weekend. So if you hear this on Sunday, I guess you still have time to check it out
Yeah, that's cool.
if you're a premium subscriber, Patreon subscriber.
And if you're not, then it's your own fault for missing it.
Or buy the game.
Yeah, but they could have spent like much less money to support us and then play it for free.
For a weekend.
We're just looking to save you money.
Exactly.
That's all we care about.
Yeah,
That's all we care about.
we're here for you.
All right, another fast thing that we can just get right through. Xbox One and PC crossplay is coming to Sea of Thieves. It's confirmed. So Xbox One players and PC players can play together.
Cool.
Which is cool because no one has an Xbox One.
Yeah.
I mean, college frat kids have Xbox Ones, but nobody. They won't play Sea of Thieves.
Right.
Right.
That's what I meant.
We also have a new game here coming from Amazon Publishing. They're publishing a new game called Breakaway. Breakaway is basically like a 5v5 soccer type game where you have different classes that you can pick from, like a class-based shooter, I guess. But the whole goal is kind of like Rocket League, where you just want to get the ball into the other guy's net. I didn't really see too much information based on the classes or anything, and I didn't really see any gameplay image or
Not a lot of info at all.
videos. But it could be a cool thing if
It's basically Overwatch and Rocket League
yeah.
had a esports baby.
Mm-hmm. So we'll
The
see.
screenshots.
We'll see more from
Sorry.
that.
The screenshots actually remind me of this mode from Unreal Tournament 2004 called Bombing Run, which is essentially something. It's basically like Unreal Tournament with like kind of sports tied in. There's like a ball in the middle. You run and grab it. Whoever's carrying the ball, they can't shoot, but everybody else can. but the person who is carrying the ball, they can like pass it to somebody else. So I like to cheese people, and I would like get the ball, throw it at the enemy, shoot him, he drop the ball, I pick it up, keep running. So if it's anything like that mode, that would be pretty cool. It seems interesting.
Or like Oddball in Halo 3. I played that mode a lot.
I never played much of that one.
Yeah, they also
I
have like
would say
Rift
really
Ball
drunk
and stuff like that. I never played it.
My friends and I would play like on drinking nights, and basically, if you lose the match, you have to take a shot. So after, like, you do okay at first, and then after a few shots, you lose every match.
Yeah.
So it's just a downhill spiral from there. It's a hard mode.
It sounds like a fast way to a good time.
Yeah, I never made it home those nights. Luckily, my friend had a comfy couch. But
Yeah. Nice. All right. The biggest news that I think came from Gamescom is Biomutant. This is a new game from THQ Nordic. They teased it a little bit earlier, saying it was a post-apocalyptic kung fu.
I didn't even register this was the Nordic game. Okay.
Inspired. Yeah. So this is going to be published by THQ Nordic. It's developed from the same people who did Just Cause 1 and 2 under a new development studio called 101 or Experiment 101. And let's see, the game kind of looks like it takes after like Witcher and Zelda Breath of the Wild, where it's got like that kind of like introduction text. Like that's where I like immediately recognize that from Zelda when you enter a new area and it says whatever it is over. Yeah,
but it's a cute cat playable character.
Yeah, is it a cat or a rat or a cat rat? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
It's weird.
I thought it was a cat
or a raccoon. I don't know.
It's kind of cute though.
They tried to make it look like enough animals to where...
big sword.
Yeah. It looks like they tried to make it look enough like so many different animals that everybody would be like appealing to everybody.
Yeah.
It works. It works.
You can level up your character and find different attachments. So like the whole point of this game is that there's a bunch of animals that are like mutating. And there's like a poison in the world that's like infecting the tree of life. So you have to like kind of stop that, I guess. The leveling up system is that like you can detach your arm or like a piece of your body and reattach it with something else to make it better. So like a robot arm.
That sounds badass.
There's also like mech suits that you can get into and play around with. There was like a hand, like a robotic hand that you can ride on and shoot at people.
The fights with finger guns.
Yeah, the finger guns is weird. So yeah, I don't know where the kung fu like inspiration comes from, because I from what I saw it was more guns and swords than kung fu.
Yeah,
but yeah, this looks pretty damn cool.
And apparently you can recode the genetic structure of your critter, so I think it's supposed to be genetically ambiguous, so that when you recode it, it doesn't necessarily take on any specific animal form.
Yeah.
But this is the original game, right? Because they said there was something that's going to be like a return of an old franchise.
Yeah, I haven't heard about
original.
that yet. And
yeah,
I think Gamescom is still going on. I think it's like on until like the end of the weekend or something. So.
Oh dang. Okay.
I haven't heard anything about.
Well, the next week we'll give you some really outdated news with it.
Yeah, there was like grasshoppers looked like they had like robotic legs and like weird stuff like that. Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that actually.
All right, Justin, me and you got some news about the SNES Classic.
I'm
going to share this news topic, and then we could talk about our experiences in trying to get this SNES Classic.
Yeah.
So, the SNES Classic is going to have a rewind feature, so you can, with the press of the button, like rewind time up to a minute, and the time amount like depends on the game. So, like if you die due to like a stupid mix-up, you can just rewind time and go through it. But yeah, the SNES Classic. I don't know what happened last year, but like I just wasn't in a position where I could pre-order one. Like it was just like sold out immediately, and I could never find it anywhere. But like
the NES Classic, that is.
Yeah, the NES Classic. Sorry. But this year, like for some reason, I was just like hanging out at work, doing my work, and then I just had like I saw all the Americans just get like really pissed off that at Best Buy because they put pre-orders up at like 1 a.m. or some ridiculous time. So I checked Amazon, or not Amazon, but Best Buy Canada, and they're like, yeah, we're waiting a little bit. We're gonna do it a little bit later. So I just camped out on their Twitter until they said that it was available, and I just snagged one. It was really simple and easy. But Justin's been having a little bit of a trouble.
Yeah, it was more so like I just wouldn't hear when they were going up, like.
That's
Like you said, there were places that went up like in the middle of the night or whatever. And so by the time I saw them the next day, it's like, oh yeah, that listing doesn't even exist anymore. It's like they're not even sold out. It's just like, nope, that's gone. Don't even look for it. So I honestly didn't really care anymore. I was like, whatever, it's not a big deal. It's just for my brother anyway. Like, you know, I want to, like that's what he asked for his birthday from my mom. I already got him something. So it's like I was just gonna basically buy it so she didn't have to worry about it, and then she'd repay me. But you know, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Maybe I can go into a store when it comes out and find it there. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, maybe you never know.
Wishful.
You never know.
I'm not. It wouldn't happen.
The Amazon Prime truck will come to you.
Yeah, sure, maybe. Or ThinkGeek will have a cool bundle. I don't know. But Thomas sent me a link to Walmart.com, which apparently had like a second wave of them that were shipping on October 6th instead of like the actual release date. I hope my brother doesn't listen to this. And so that pulled up and it was still in stock. And like I had to go in and like it didn't accept my Walmart.com account. So I had to create a new one. I was like, well, crap. It's probably going to be gone by the time I like, log into this. So I logged in and then like I had to go run and get my wallet and bring that in here and type all that information in and then put that through. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's definitely going to be gone now. And I get submitted the you know, order and everything, like processed, and then said like, you know, thank you for your order. Here's the like confirmation screen or whatever. We'll email you whenever, you know, the next step happens. So I just kind of waited. I was like, we'll see if I get an order confirmation email. And if I get that, then I'll feel a little more comfortable. Otherwise, like, because basically right after that, like the listing was gone. Like Thomas said, he clicked it again, and like it didn't even direct you there anymore.
Yeah, it was weird.
Oh wow.
So I was like, okay, this is probably a mistake. Like it's probably like it was processing during the time when it went down.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get a cancellation email. I've got my email that says the order was confirmed and it's in the processing stage.
Weird.
Which I assume it'll stay there until like the shipping time happens or whatever.
Yeah.
But we'll see over the next few days. If I get a cancellation email, that's fine. I had low expectations, but I told my mom, I was like, I got it. It might get canceled, but you know, just so you know, if you didn't have anything else to give my brother for his birthday, I've got it. She's like, all right, I didn't have anything else, so I'll you know, just keep me updated. So we'll see, but I think I've got it. I don't know.
Yeah, because
it's a mess though.
I'm not even sure if I really have mine because I got an email saying like, oh yeah, it's confirmed. Like it's just sitting there in my Best Buy, like my login, like I could still see it there. But I'm not even going to be 100% sure until they actually ship it out, right?
Exactly.
Because they can cancel it at any time.
The only reason I feel a little more comfortable is because it's not a release date one.
Yeah.
Like the fact that it's another, 2 weeks out or whatever makes me think that that's like a second wave of shipments going out. Mm-hmm. So like they're more comfortable with like how many they're going to have.
Yeah.
Because it's not the rush to release.
And I even saw on Twitter like people that have been like were wondering about the confirmation email. Like they talked to like Walmart people or customer service, and they're like, yeah, that was kind of like they didn't even really say it properly, so I think they don't really know. But they've been just been telling people that like, yeah, that was probably a mistake. But it just sounded really iffy. Like
that sounds like a Walmart thing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's customer
people
service.
People at Walmart don't know what they're talking about. Except Ben. Ben's very knowledgeable.
I try.
Then have you tried at all to get one of these?
Why would I waste my time on the SNES Classic when I can just turn on my Wii U?
But Star Fox 2.
Because you have to turn on your Wii U.
Yeah.
I mean, I already have. It's already plugged in. Like, I'm sorry. look, and this is like some people are going to interpret this as me being salty because like I didn't get one. I didn't even try because I know I'm not going to get one. And to me, I own in some fashion every one of these games, right?
You don't own Star Fox 2.
That's what I was getting to. The only reason I would have any incentive is to buy Star Fox 2, but I don't want to play Star Fox 2. I don't. I have no desire. I think it's cool that it's out. It's going to be out there. It's going to be on. It's going to be dumped. So if I really wanted to play Star Fox 2, I'll emulate it because it's going to be dumped. There's no doubt about that.
Oh yeah.
I just don't feel the need. Like the only thing I pre-ordered this year for Nintendo was the Switch, and I was pretty much paranoid up until launch weekend that I was going to get it because I thought they're going to cancel this for sure. They didn't. But with the SNES Classic Edition, because for some reason they decided not only to make like 10 of them entirely, I just don't. Again, I all those games on there, I have on the Switch or I have on my 3DS. Some case I have two versions. So, me personally, it's cool. It looks. If I bought it, if I ever bought one, it's for my nephews and my niece. It would be for them to like, here, this is yours. Because I already have a console that gives me access to all those games with save states and everything that I've had for 3 years. And I've played those games multiple times. Like that's just me. Like if you're getting one and I hope you get one. I hope that Nintendo actually does make enough to where I could just walk in the store, one SNES Classic Edition, please, and you get it. You know, besides waiting somebody at Walmart to get the keys because you can never find somebody to get the keys. You need it.
True that.
Yeah.
I know that because like I've been either way. That's getting too much into my own job, but like that's the only reason I would buy it. The only reason I wanted to buy an NES Classic Edition was like I'm going to get that for my nephew because I wanted to play video games.
Yeah, same. Like I wanted to get it for my brother. I told my mom, I was like, if you already have something for him, like I can give it to him from me, or like I can keep it. I don't really care. But like if it was just for me, I wouldn't have bothered.
Yeah, but like it's like the game selection's great, but like it all boils down to I have all those games. I played those games multiple times. Let other people. To me, I would be the asshole to try to get one of these rather than let somebody else experience them for the first time. To me, this should be the people who never played a SNES, who didn't grow up with it, so you can feel that magic that I did.
That person wouldn't even want it. It's like, what is this old bullshit? Like, give me this.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
I think these graphics are outdated.
Yeah. Why is this so pixely? I can count the
used to play
pixels
games
on
like
the
this?
screen.
You played games like this when you were my age? Ugh.
You play it with your hands? That's a baby's toy.
Where's the VR button? There's no VR in this. Ungrateful kids. Get off my lawn.
Anyways, I'm kind of excited that I'm going to be getting one of these. Like, if it's, I'm cautiously optimistic of getting it, but I'd be pumped if I got mine.
I'm excited to play his. It comes with 2 controllers. Like,
yeah.
Oh, hey,
Street Fighter 2. That's all.
cool.
2 controllers.
Don't
And
consoles usually just come with
Kirby
one?
got some Kirby action going.
true. Kirby would be great. Mario World.
Yeah.
Get some classic, Mario and Luigi action going.
Secret of Mana.
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
yes.
Which, by the way, we have a Secret of
Transition,
Mana
anyone?
news story. So yeah, there's going to be a Secret Mana remake coming.
Dun dun dun.
That looks super good.
Square is remaking Secret of Mana for PlayStation 4, Vita, and Steam. This game will include enhanced visuals, voice acting, and new music.
Mm-hmm.
It's a complete remake. It's not a remaster or anything. Like they're building it from the ground up.
So cool.
So they're going one step further than what they did with Chrono Trigger for the DS.
Yeah.
Which is, I think that's really cool. You know what I'm not seeing though?
No
I'm not seeing
multiplayer?
the Switch version.
Oh, Switch.
Oh, really?
I don't think there will be.
Why not?
Oh, why not? That would be perfect for the
They're
Switch.
putting it on the dead Vita, which makes no sense.
What?
True.
True.
What?
Square
That's
still
true.
loves their Sony stuff. Like, They're pretty much the only ones keeping the Vita alive.
Oh yeah, let's put it on the console that literally nobody has anymore, instead of the console that people are begging to get.
No,
arguably
the
get
Vita
more
is
sales.
actually still popular in Japan.
Yeah, Japan.
And this is the kind of game that's going to do really well in Japan.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, whatever. You're right. There, Justin. I said it.
It says earlier this summer that they released a Mana collection on the Switch, so I don't see
Right,
any
That's
reason
what I was
why
going
they
to say.
wouldn't.
It's like,
It's so weird.
that's only in Japan, though. This Secret of Mana remake is coming to America. That's part of this announcement. So it's possible they don't necessarily see the appeal outside of Japan for Secret of Mana on the Switch.
Such a good game, though.
But I know. But I'd love to see this. And it's got online. You can do online multiplayer with three players.
Oh my
That's
god!
awesome.
Perfect for the Switch. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Wait, I thought there was no multiplayer for it. Because in the
Secret of Mana
original
originally
game-
had 3-player multiplayer. You had
No.
to use the multi-tap thing on the SNES.
Yeah.
but like in the remake, like it said that there's no multiplayer available for it.
Here it says it will also have local multiplayer on all platforms.
Local.
Or maybe it's local. But
Oh, sorry. Okay. No, when I originally read this, it said it had local and online, but there was an update afterwards
Yeah.
that said
Ah,
that the game would have online multiplayer, but that's not the case.
yeah.
So it's
nice.
only local.
Okay.
Dang it.
All right.
My goal was to finally do a proper Secret of Mana Let's Play with Hedgie.
Yeah.
Well,
Fortunately,
at least
not.
with this one, even if it is local, you don't have to have a freaking multi-tap. You can just sync your controllers to the console.
I know, but that still seems like kind of a waste.
I'm hoping it gets added in at some point before. Really, I mean,
How would you do online in an RPG though? Like that's weird.
They'll figure it out.
It's- I mean, you
It's
could do
weird.
that with Diablo. That's an RPG.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just running around together. Like
Yeah.
it's,
Exactly.
You can do that with a friggin' SNES emulator. I did it
Oh
with
yeah.
Secret of Mana 3 or 2,
Oh,
I guess technically.
Seiken Densetsu 3, Secret of
Just-
Mana.
just
2,
give me the Switch
good
version.
Games.
Just give me the Switch version. Tell me this can't. It's on the
They have to
dead
do it.
ass Vita.
There's no reason for them not to. Like. And it
I
just
wonder.
looks so
I wonder if they
good.
put out I Am Setsuna on the Switch and it just didn't sell well, so now they just don't have faith in it.
Yet they're doing a
Game,
sequel,
though.
another game from that studio. So it's like
I don't know.
must have sold enough.
Mm.
I Am
Doing-
Setsuna did pretty well.
I don't know. I'm just balling over here.
Calling you out on Square Enix and your bullshit.
Square Enix. What are you guys even doing?
Some
Yeah.
more
Vita.
remakes and reinventions. We got Fear Effect Reinvented coming to Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. I never played this game, but it's a Resident Evil knockoff.
Ah.
I remember the ads for it.
Looks interesting.
Fixed cameras. Nice.
Fixed cameras.
All FMV
There we
backgrounds apparently, which I guess they're changing. But
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I just remember the messed up ads for this game when
I've
it was
never
originally
seen
coming
the
out on
ads
the
for this
PS3.
thing. What
They were disturbing.
yeah, just scary or
No, they were just disturbing. They were just like, ooh.
we got some more remake stuff. So Age of Empires 1 remaster is coming out later this year. They said that they're going to be working on 2 and 3 as well. But they've also announced that there's going to be an Age of Empires 4 coming, which is crazy. You guys ever play Age of Empires?
nope.
No.
Those games have never been my
Heard
cup of
good
tea.
things.
You kids. I was a PC player for quite a long time in my youth, and this is one of my favorites. Was the Age of Empires series. I never played through 3 because that came out like way later, but I sunk a ton of time in the Age of Empires, so I'm pretty excited that 4 is coming.
At first, I thought, because I always get Age of Empires and Civilization mixed up, and I was like, wait,
Yeah.
are they on the 6th one? What do you mean 4? Huh? I was like, oh, Age of Empires, never mind.
It's a totally different game.
I don't know the difference.
Yeah.
One's an RTS, the other one's more of a strategy, like world domination
That's-
type of thing.
That's the same thing. RTS stands for real time strategy.
No, but it's more of a grander strategy, like exploration. It's like
Like
a
open
4X
world
game.
kind of thing.
Civ is.
Civ? Yeah.
Age of
yeah.
Empires is more like StarCraft, but you work from caveman
Oh.
to, I guess the latest one was like modern times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got some Horizon Zero Dawn. They're adding an easier difficulty for their game. Just so people who
Those who
want
don't
to
want to
just,
get good.
who just want to experience the story can just play through it for the story.
Wow, and this is from the guy who
What?
called me out for calling out casuals early in the podcast.
I mean, I would totally use this difficulty because I don't like things to be hard.
It's hard and long, so you might want
That's
to put that difficulty down.
That's what she said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with it if it's hard and long.
Lowe's has lost it. I love it.
You guys broke me. I'm broken. Oh gosh,
It was too hard and long for you. You broke.
10 points. Actually, no, 20 points for that one. Oh man.
All right, we got some more exciting news here from Gamescom. We've got a Shenmue 3 teaser trailer.
I thought you said exciting.
It's very exciting. Look how
Got 'em.
exciting it is. Look, don't you see the expression on Yo's face?
No.
Boy. That's because there are no expressions, Justin.
I don't
Well, you
care.
said expression, so he only needs the one, which is stoic.
That's true.
I'm still
Oh
buying
my
this
gosh.
game. I don't care.
It was funny because in our Discord, it was either earlier today or yesterday, I was saying, "Oh, the trailer! It looks like a Sega game."
Yep. It totally does.
I hope this is just really, really footage. I heard that the expressions were like taken out at some point, and they never got added back in or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but
if you look at the game,
hopefully the game looks a little better.
If you look at the game, everyone really does have expressions except for the big bulky guy and Yo, which he just has the same look on his face throughout the whole thing, and it's pretty great. It's just like intenseness, like I'm ready to punch everybody.
I'm pretty sure he had that same look all the way through Shenmue 1, though.
And 2.
Just
And
pulled his face.
I kind of wish they keep it in or have like just a separate mode where it's just his
It could
face
be a mode
like
in
that.
itself, yeah. Stoic face mode.
Yeah. It looks like a high res PS3 game.
Yeah, I can
Like,
see
there's
that.
nothing about it that looks terribly good, but like it's crisp. So there's that.
Yeah, so you were talking earlier that they had facial expressions, but then took them out for the trailer just so they can show it. And there was also like talk about like what the music was. Like the music was from Shenmue 2, and like which is kind of disappointing to hear because you would want new music for a new game. I guess.
Like for me, like it was kind of like, oh, it's Shenmue, like that, like iconic kind of like main theme because it's from the first one too.
Yeah.
And I remember it from like watching the original trailer for Shenmue 1. I'm like, oh, this game's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be groundbreaking. It's gonna do all this cool stuff. And like it came out, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And then, but yeah. So I mean, I kind of like the fact that they used the original song, that those facial expressions though.
Yeah.
And also that bad dude, the dude that Ryo was about to square off with, he looked like a Street Fighter character. He didn't look like he belonged in Shenmue.
He looked like he was from
a freaking
Final
Street
Fight or something.
Or yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I hope this looks better though at some point.
Yeah.
Because I was actually kind of curious and interested. I was making a comeback, so I don't know. I'll probably still play it either way, just because I don't know.
It's just curious to me that it's been in development for so long, and it sounds like pretty much everything in the game is still temp data. Like they're using the music from
That's
Shenmue
weird.
2. They took out the facial expressions because I assume they just weren't ready, and they would have looked weirder than taking them out.
Yeah.
Probably.
And it says, like saying how much is done is difficult, and as for the characters, everything is still temp data.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Why
So,
even
like,
show anything
how much
now?
is actually done? Yeah, like why? It looks bad to put this out because out of context, like you don't have all of this stuff, this information, it just makes your game look bad.
Like all the stuff that would actually make it appealing, the trailer. It's
Well,
lot of
it's a
it's not there.
Kickstarter game, so they kind of have to put stuff out to show people.
That's
To the Kickstarters, they don't have to put it out to the
Yeah.
public.
right.
Yeah, but that's going to reach out to the public anyways.
Eh.
I just hope it gets better as time goes on.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's like there's like
Despite
Like,
the facial animations, I still get like a cool like Chinese countryside feel of it. So there's something there, but they need to capitalize on that.
Yeah, I just remember that feeling of playing the first Shenmue. I was like, oh, this is so cool. I mean, I legitimately did have a good time playing the game, but like, if I were to go back and play it today, I'm like, oh, but yeah. So that's really like what, just the fact again, the fact that they're bringing it back is what kind of piqued my interest because I don't know, because I felt like Shenmue when it came out, they were trying to do a lot of things that were kind of, I don't know, I want to say like ahead of its time, but like not really. They played with like a bunch of different ideas that like didn't really work out just based on the technology they had at the time. So now that it's there, like, I mean, you got open world games like all over the place. Like you can't log on to Steam without seeing one. So it's like, yeah, so just the fact that one actually has a cohesive freaking story to it is actually pretty cool. So it would also be nice to play a Shenmue game that doesn't have a loading screen between every like area. So
yeah,
it just puts like a loading symbol on the facial expressions.
Your face is replaced by a little like spinning thing.
you have to hit
It
the
has to
quick
load
time
them in
events.
every like few other words.
You have to hit the quick time events in the right order. If you don't, you get stale facial expressions.
If you want to load the next area, you have to react.
Speaking of really bad facial expressions, Mass Effect Andromeda. BioWare has confirmed that there's going to be no DLC for Mass Effect Andromeda, which I don't think it's all that it's just surprising.
Put all that effort into Anthem.
Yeah, I recently bought Mass Effect Andromeda.
I don't know. Why.
I don't know why. It was $20 on Best Buy, and it was already in my cart when I was buying the SNES Classic. So I was like, I'll just buy it.
Nice. Because I heard the combat and shooting and stuff was good, but then I heard from other people that it's awful. So I don't really know what to think of it one way or another.
It's probably bad, but
it's probably. I'll just wait for Anthem.
Anthem looks like it'll be decent.
Hope is Anthem your only hope.
Okay, and we got some more news. Metal Gear Survive will include farming and crafting. So players are going to need to plant crops and herd animals for food and get clean water to survive in this game. They're basically making Metal Gear into the game that I really don't want it to be. Like a survival crafting.
Open world
survival. Is there anything Metal Gear about this game?
Probably not.
It was supposed to be like people that were part of the Venom Snake's like militia were transported into a different world, and that's like the only Metal Gear aspect.
But then it's zombies and farming.
Yeah, this is dumb. And PC Gamer like says that this is going to be more of a base defense game, so like that also takes me out of it as well, which is weird.
It's no longer Metal Gear, basically.
And the most surprising piece of news is that Half-Life 2, I'm going to say this is going to be the Half-Life 2 Episode 3 script has been released. Mark Laidlaw, who was the writer for the Half-Life games, he kind of just released what he wrote for Half-Life 2 Episode 3 on his blog. It's not so much as a script, but it kind of just reads like a short story. I haven't read it yet. I'll kind of want to play through Episode 2 again to remind myself what it was like. But yeah, it's all on his blog. You can go read it. He changed the names in the blog from the characters that are in Half-Life, but they kind of sound familiar, so you can kind of guess who's who. This is probably the closest thing to Half-Life 3 that we'll ever get.
Yeah.
I could see like a kind of a ukulele situation where it's like, you know, people that used to work on Half-Life like create a spiritual successor to Half-Life, and it kind of takes on the story of what Half-Life 3 was supposed to be.
Yeah, but that's not the same though.
It's not, but I'm just saying, like, I could see there's like the hard work they put in as far as making a story. I could see that continuing in a new thing.
And you know what? Valve is they're pretty cool about, with like passion projects and stuff like that. Like, for example, there was actually slight tangent, but there was actually an official mod that released for Half-Life 2 on the 17th, actually.
Black
And,
Mesa?
No, it's actually called Downfall.
That's a new
Half-Life
thing.
2 mod. Yeah, it's new. It's like literally, it was like maybe 8 days ago that released. So yeah, it's interesting. So I don't know. I feel like maybe, I don't know, Valve is just probably gonna let the community develop their games for them.
They don't seem interested.
No, like not at all. So, but when people like, obviously, like when Black Mesa came out, Valve was like, oh, cool, make it official. And now you have this Downfall mod, and then it's like, oh yeah, cool, make it official. So I feel like that's gonna be kind of like what's going to happen. I feel like we're gonna get Half-Life 3, but it's not gonna be from Valve.
I have a feeling
Like
that
we
we're
just said.
exactly. It's gonna be like a fan game, but I wouldn't suspect Valve to say make it official just because it's so big, like it's Half-Life 3, and whenever they make a new like numbered sequel, it's usually like a big deal. Like I wouldn't want someone else to try and take the wind out of your sails if it's like it's supposed to be a huge deal.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I would suspect we would get a fan game from this though, because there's enough. Like we've seen movie trailers of like Half-Life 2 and some other weird cool stuff from the community.
A lot of them are really good too.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Ben, any opinions?
I mean, no, because I've never touched a Half-Life game, and
My heart.
Same.
like this doesn't appeal to me because I don't have any like attachment, like, and I have nothing about
You
the gameplay I've
Nintendo
seen of
kids.
Half-Life makes me want to go play the game. Like nothing about it. It doesn't look special. I know that's sacrilegious to say. I'm sure the story is memorable. I'm not hating on it. It's just something that like I don't think would appeal to me. And yeah, reading the story is just like pouring salt in the wound. It's like, here's the thing, you're never gonna get to play. It's like I'd rather not know it existed. If personally, if I was invested in Half-Life, knowing that we've been waiting for if there's a sequel that should have been out years ago at this point, and now you're gonna give me the script, it's like, nah, that's just salt in the wound.
That's not even Valve giving the script. It's the writer, like who
That's
spent
like he
his
should
time
know, like
writing on it. He wants to give something back to the community in some way.
I guess. I personally know if I was invested in Half-Life, I wouldn't want to read it because it's like, well, why read this when I know it's never going to be reality?
I think you were still waiting out for Half-Life 3. There's something wrong with you, because it's just like it's not in Valve's cards like at all.
They don't make third games.
Yeah, well they don't. They don't even really make games anymore.
No.
They're making a card game.
Zero. I hope anybody who's not watching this on stream, Zero had the best deadpan look of all time when he said that. And it was glorious.
Yeah, he did.
Because that's really the reaction to that. Hey, they're making a card game, by the way.
Oh
Just,
boy.
just so you know.
Yeah, I guess if you like
Yeah.
Half-Life and if that's your thing, that's fine.
Yeah, I was like I said, like I was a PC gamer when I was a kid, and Half-Life was one of the games, and it did a lot for like it even came out on consoles. Like it did a lot for the first-person shooter, gravity, like physics in games. Like you wouldn't have physics in games the way they are now without Half-Life. Yeah, it's just a shame. I would expect Half-Life 3 to be like a VR thing at this point.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I hope not. Really hope not.
Not a numbered title, no.
What if it's an augmented game? Like that.
Half-Life is you now?
Yes.
You are Half-Life?
I am living the Half-Life.
If it comes with a crowbar, I'll consider it.
Like
No, I want the gravity gun.
That's true. Gravity gun's the new crowbar.
Yeah. And I haven't played a game either, but I know the gravity gun's pretty awesome.
It is, yeah.
All right, that's a podcast, everybody. We're out of news. So, Justin, where can the people find you?
I don't know.
Zero score.
I'm at
All the places.
on the places I exist.
Yep.
I'm not doing much right now. Like I said, finishing up school and whatnot. But Final Fantasy VI is going on for another few months. Supposed to be ending sometime in October. And then Final Fantasy IX will be starting in early 2018. The cast for that has been announced. Probably don't go find it on Twitter, though, because it's going to be hard to do.
So many notifications.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. But it was the only way I knew how to say. And I'll have a trailer up at some point. Ideally, by the end of the year, we'll see who gets their stuff in and how much free time I have after getting married and whatnot. But yeah, so keep an eye out for that. But that's pretty much it. I've got some stuff I want to do, but it won't happen in the next few months. So just mostly keep an eye on me on Twitter because I'm pretty active there still. And here when I can sometimes play games with you jokers whenever I actually have free time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's me.
Low.
Y'all can find me on Twitter at Nero the Hero, N3R0 THEH3R0. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's right. Okay. You can also find me on YouTube. Yeah, I say it every week the same way.
You did that last week too.
So you can also find me on YouTube, Nero the Hero with letters. You can also find me here on Charge Shot. I'm going to be trying to come out with some more Fortnite content, whether you guys like it or not. So if you're interested in that game, or if you're kind of in a sort of weird zone, it's like, it's early access, I don't know, then check it out maybe. I don't know. Maybe you'll be entertained, or, at the very most, you'll figure out that you don't want to buy the game. If I can provide that to you guys, then my job has been done.
Or wait till he goes free to play.
That too.
All right. Ben, where can the people find you?
You can find the self-proclaimed Marvelous One at twitter.com/marvelousiggy. If you click on my profile page on Twitter, you can find my new current Let's Play series, which is Freedom Planet. It's currently, at the time of this recording, 5 parts. Only one more episode of recording to be done, and the series is done, and I already have my next game I'm going to do. Not going to announce it just yet, but that's in the plans, in development as of we speak. Much to my dismay, I did not upload the first episode of Marvelous Fights because, well, I got tired and I fell asleep. That's pretty much just boiled down to. But it's pretty much just needs to be processed and just assigned a date. So it should be live this coming Sunday. Patreon users will get it first. I mean, I don't have Patreon, but if you're listening to this through Patreon, you'll get it first. If not, just follow me on Twitter. You'll get it. You'll see it on there Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon, rather. You can check me out in Justin's Final Fantasy Story play. I'm in there. I'm going to die in a couple weeks. I'm not going to say who, but I'm going to die in a couple weeks because, I like to talk about death because I think I'm somewhat secretly nihilistic. I don't know. Maybe.
Secretly?
Secretly, yeah. And then I figured I'd promote it since, if you're going to be in the Dallas-Fort Worth area on October 6th and 7th, or if you're going to be in Arlington, Texas specifically, and you're going to Retropalooza, the self-proclaimed Marvelous One's going to be there. So, yeah, it's going to be...
find him.
If you can find me, because you don't know what I look like.
Just run around the con floor yelling, Ben!
No, you'll find the one.
Just to find the one person in a luchador mask.
Yeah,
exactly. Now I have to buy a luchador mask for it. But yeah, I'll be there. I've been going to that convention for 2 years now. It's a great RetroCon. There's some YouTube stars there if you're into that thing, but a lot of great deals, a lot of great stuff to find. And overall, you can have some good food in that area too. So yeah, come down. It's 2 days, $20 at the door, $20 tickets right now. I think it's $30 at the door. So pre-order tickets now. It's gonna be a fun time. I'll be there. I'll take pictures. Maybe not. If you approach me and I'm standoffish, it's because I'm not used to the celebrity thing yet. Okay.
You might get punched.
I might get punched.
Who are you?
No, seriously, I get all super paranoid when people touch me. I do not like it when people touch me unexpectedly. I get aggressive. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I get that way, but with my hair. People will do this thing where they're like, "Oh, can I touch your hair?" But they're already got their dirty, nasty fingers all up in it. I'm like,
gross.
Oh. Yeah. So just go in front of me, "Hey, are you Ben?" Don't go. don't tap my shoulder because I'm immediately gonna get freaked out and like already giving negative towards you. Just don't do that. Just come in front of me like, hey, are you Ben from Charge Shot? You sound annoying. I figured it'd be you. Say I'll be there. I'll be there. There'll be other actual legitimate YouTubers there, so meet them instead. But I'll be there if you want to hang out too.
Yeah, don't ever tap
like
someone's
what?
shoulder because you never know what they might know. They might know judo.
Yeah.
Right.
Flip you
I don't know
over.
judo.
Grab
No,
your hand and
you
flip
know what?
you
I
over.
do know judo. As in, you don't know who you're messing with, Holmes. Thank you, Owen Wilson, for that joke. All right, but that's enough for me.
He's gonna
I'll
give
see
you
y'all
a
at Retro
Hurricanrana if you tap him on the shoulder.
Oh boy.
All right. Yeah, so you can find me, your host Thomas, at CSG Thomas on Twitter. You can also email me, thomas@charshot.com, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, all that good stuff. Until then, guys, enjoy your games.
Okay, I want to apologize for the fucked up way my audio was going.